Welcome to everyone. History 10th lesson Social Transformation in Tamil Nadu. Previous class we have discussed about Tamil Renaissance, advent of the printing technology, Paradimar Kalaignar, Marimalai Adigal and Thani Tamil Iyakkam. This class we are going to discuss about rise of the Dravidian movement. The Dravidian movement emerged as defense of the non-Brahmins against the Brahmin dominance. This organization is called the Madras Non-Brahmin Association, was founded in 1909 to help the non-Brahmin students. It was started because of non-Brahmin students. In 1912, C. Nadesanar, a medical doctor, founded the Madras United League, later remained the Madras Dravidian Association to support the Dravidian uplift. Okay, so it was started because of non-Dravidian person. So the organization focused on educating and supporting the non-Brahmin graduates and conducting regular meetings to share their grievances. Nadesanar founded the hostel for the Dravidian home at Triplicane. It is located in Madras in July 1916 to address the lack of hostels for the non-Brahmin students. Okay, so this movement started because of non-Brahmins. So which hindered their educational development, they started the hostel for non-Brahmin hostel. So it was discussed in previous lesson. Okay. Next one, South Indian Liberal Federation. So Justice Party. So see the picture. Sir Pitti Tyagarayar and T.M. Nair. So 20 November 1916, around 30 prominent non-Brahmin leaders, including Dr. C. Nadesanar, is the founder of the Madras Dravidian Association. Sir Pitti Tyagarayar, T.M. Nair and Alamelu Mangai Tayaramal came together to form the South Indian Liberation SILF. The short form is called as SILF. South Indian. Tamil Nadu is located in south side. Liberal means freedom. So South Indian Liberal Federation for non-Brahmin purpose. So the association started publishing 3 newspapers. One is Dravidian in Tamil, Justice in English and Andhra Pragasika in Telugu to propagate the ideals of the party. So this Justice Party won the election and formed the first ever Indian cabinet in Madras. Okay, Justice Party is one of the political party. Yes, Supparayulu became the chief minister of the Madras presidency and the party formed the government during 1920 to 1923 and 1923 to 1926. In the context of Congress party boycotting the legislature. So boycotting means they not participated. Congress party not participated in the legislative assembly. So that Justice Party continued to remain the office till 1937 elections were held. In the 1937 elections, again Indian National Congress contested the elections for the first time and they won in that legislative assembly, so that Justice Party lost in that 1937 elections. Next, programs and activities. So this Justice Party programs and activities. The Justice Party is the founding head of the non-Brahmin movement in the country. So because of it was started non-Brahmin movement in the country. So the Justice Party government widened education and employment opportunities for the majority of the population and created space for them in the political sphere. So it was started to give them more employment opportunities. So given this political party, the justices removed the legal hindrances restricting intercaste marriage. So they take the steps to avoid the intercaste marriages and broke the barriers that prevented depressed classes from the use of public well and tanks. So this all they taken the problem and finally they gave the solution of this problems. Okay, So depressed classes in that time, they didn't get the rights to take public well and tanks. But this Justice Party solved these problems. The Madras legislature under the Justice Party government was the first to approve the participation of women in the electoral politics in 1929. So before, the women not participated in the election, but this Justice Party given the importance of women in the participated of the elections. So this resolution created the space for women and thus facilitated Muthulakshmi Ammayar. See the picture? She is the doctor. So Muthulakshmi Ammayar to become the first woman legislator in India in 1926. Okay, so Justice Party gave the rights to women can participated in the election. So she is the first woman doctor in India. Okay, Muthulakshmi Ammayar, she is the first woman doctor in India as well. She is the first woman legislator in India in 1926. The Justice Party worked towards legislating provisions for communal representations, and this Justice Party rule established the Stop Selection Board in 1924 for the selection of these government officials and encouraged all the communities to share the administrative powers. So this given the all the communities, not only the non-Brahmins, Muslim also, they given the importance of living country. In 1929, the government of British India adopted the pattern and established the Public Service Commission. You know well, at present, Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission. Okay, so in this commission, they conducting the exam. Okay, conducting the government exam, Group 4, Group 2, Group 2A. So this all conducting this Public Service Commission. So it was started in 1929. The British renamed Public Service Commission. The Justice Party further concentrated on reforms religious institutions. The Justice Party introduced the Hindu Religious Endowment Act in 1926. They introduced the Hindu Religious Endowment in 1926. So all the caste person, they can member in the temple community, okay, temple committee, and govern resource the religious institutions. So that they bring the act, Hindu Religious Endowment Act in 1926. All the religion people can member in the committee of temple and they can rule the temple property. So they given they introduced the act by Justice Party. Next, self-respect movement, Suyamaryada Yakam. So all born in the India, in the world, everyone has the self-respect. Okay, so everyone expected the dignity, so self-respect. But in that period, they dominate the other religion. So that given the importance of all the people, they started the self-respect. Okay, self-respect movement. So this self-respect movement advocated the casteless. All the people have the equal rights. Casteless society devoid of rituals and differences based on birth. The movement declared rationality and self-respect. So this movement, self-respect movement, the important motto is all the persons should get the self-respect. As well, the movement declared illiteracy as the source of women's. So before, the women didn't get the education, so that the women didn't get the respect. So that this movement given the importance of the women education and they promoted compulsory elementary education for all. And this self-respect movement championed not only the cause of the non-Brahmin Hindus, but also that of the Muslims. Okay, so this self-respect movement is introduced not only for the Hindu, Muslim also. Okay, Muslim also they given the importance of the self-respect. So this self-respect movement extolled the lofty principles of Islam such as equality and brotherhood. Okay, so this self-respect movement given the importance of both non-Brahmins and Muslims. Next, Periyar EVR. So Periyar E.V. Ramasamy. Periyar E.V. Ramasamy, 1879, was born 1879, alive up to 1973. So Periyar E.V. Ramasamy, 1879 to 1973, was the founder of the self-respect movement. So who is the founder of the Dravidian movement? Nadesanar. Okay, Nadesanar is the founder of the Dravidian movement, and the self-respect movement is founded by Periyar. He was the son of wealthy businessmen in Erode, Venkadappa and Chinnadayamal. Okay. Then he held different official positions of Erode, and that included the chairmanship of Municipal Council 1918 to 1919. As president of the Tamil Nadu Congress Committee, Periyar proposed a resolution regarding the rights of untouchables to temple entry. If you see your textbook, okay, if you see your textbook, the front of your textbook, the given untouchability is inhuman and a crime. Okay, untouchability is inhuman and a crime, the given the textbook. Because why the given means in that period, so our people, they faced more untouchability problems. So this problem solved one of the person is Periyar. Okay, Periyar EVR. So take the resolution to regarding the rights of untouchable people enter the temple. Okay, enter the temple. In the name of caste dharma, the lower caste people were denied access to the temples and street surrounding the temple. So in that period, the main problem is the lower caste people did not allowed the inside the temple as well in the street. So just to think about how much they felt bad in that period. So the lower caste people, they should not enter inside the temple as well in the street. So people hailed him Vaigam Veerar, so that this problem is solved by the taken the steps by Periyar EVR, so that the people called as Vaigam Veerar, hero of Vaigam. So Vaigam is one of the place at present. It is located in Travancore, Kerala. Okay, so he is called as, in that place he called as Vaigam Veerar, hero of Vaigam. In the meantime, he was disturbed by the caste-based discrimination in the dining hall at the Charanma Devi Gurukulam school. So Charanma Devi Gurukulam school, they divided the caste-based system. So it was run by, that school is run by V.V. Subramaniam, is the Congress leader and financial supported by Tamil Nadu Congress Committee. So Periyar was disappointed in this Gurukulam school despite his objections and protest against the discrimination. Discrimination means differentiate the different religion. So the Congress continued to support this practice in the Gurukulam, but Periyar against these problems, but Congress still they continued supported the Gurukulam school. Okay, caste discrimination. So Periyar started the self-respect movement in 1925. So Periyar not like in those problems, so that he came out of the Congress and he started the self-respect movement in 1925. So Periyar understood the relevance of mass communication in spreading rationalist thought, so that he started the number of newspapers and journals such as Kudiyarasu, Purpose of Democracy, in 1925. Then Revolt, Purachi. So revolution, it was started in 1933. Next, Pagutarivu, rationalism, it was started in 1934. And Vidudalai, liberation, it was started in 1935. So Kudiyarasu was the official newspaper of self-respect movement. So it was started by Periyar in 1925. So self-respect means everyone has self-respect in our world. Okay. Then in 1937, in opposition of the Rajaji government, moved to introduce the compulsory Hindi in schools. Okay, so Congress committee member in 1936, he won the election. So in that period, the Congress committee, the Rajaji introduced compulsory Hindi in all the schools. So he launched the popular movement to oppose Hindi compulsory education in all the schools. So they started the anti-Hindi agitation in 1937 to 1939, had a big impact on Tamil Nadu politics. So it was started in Salem. So previous topic, this one we already discussed. So Periyar was imprisoned for the role in the movement. So when he was still in jail, Periyar was elected the president of the Justice Party. So he started the self-respect movement. So he started the anti-Hindi agitation, so that they arrested and put in the jail. So in that time, the Justice Party given the chance for the president of the Justice Party. So thereafter, the Justice Party merged with the self-respect movement. So later, if you see Justice Party and self-respect movement, both also they merged. It was Dravidar Kalagam. So merged after, the name was Dravidar Kalagam in 1944. Okay, it was Dravidar Kalagam in 1944. So that Periyar started the anti-Hindi agitation in Salem. But in that time, Second World War was started. So without informing the Congress committee, the British government participated in the Second World War. So that Congress committee resigned the ministries. Okay, Congress committee resigned the ministries. So in that time, the British government, Madras Council, abolished the compulsory education Hindi for all the school. Okay, compulsory education for all the school. And K. Kamaraj became the chief minister of the Madras state. So later, this self-respect movement and Madras Dravidian Association merged. Sorry, self-respect movement and Justice Party both also merged, and they started the Dravidian Kalagam in 1944. So K. Kamaraj became the chief minister of the Madras state. And Periyar died. Okay, later Periyar died at the age of 94. Periyar died in the age of 94, 1973. In the year 1973. Is mortal. Mortal means after died, the body is called as mortal. So his mortal remains were buried at Periyar Tidal, Madras. Now it is called as Chennai. So Periyar mortal is buried in Periyar Tidal, Madras. Okay. Next, recap. So what we discussed in this lesson. So the Madras Non-Brahmin Association, it was started in 1909. The founder of the Dravidian Association is Nadesanar. Okay, Dr. C. Nadesanar. The founder of the Madras Dravidian Association is Nadesanar. Next, Periyar E.V. Ramasamy, 1879 to 1973 was the founder of the self-respect movement. So Periyar E.V. Ramasamy born 1879 and died 1973. So he was started the self-respect movement in 1925. Later self-respect movement and Justice Party both also emerged, and it was called as Dravidar Kalagam in 1944. And Periyar died at the age of 94, 1973. His mortal remains were buried at Periyar Tidal, Madras. Okay, Periyar died in 94 years old. In 1973, the mortal is buried in Periyar Tidal, Madras. Next, learn and write the following. Your question is give the continuous number. Write in detail about rise of the Dravidian movement. Next question is explain South Indian Liberal Federation. South Indian Liberal Federation. Next one, write a note on Periyar EVR, E.V. Ramasamy. So write a note on Periyar EVR. So next class we are going to discuss about Periyar. Next, Rettinamali Srinivasan, labor movement in Tamil Nadu, language agitation before Indian independence. I hope you understood this session very well. So read well, complete the 1 mark, write the test proper without absent. So be safe. Thank you. Have a nice day.